Hello, Mr. Anthony. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Mr. Oji, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Very, very well. Nice to have you on the set today.
Yes, I am just setting up my
Your
camera.
camera. Hello,
Just give me.
everyone, wherever you're joining us from. This is Cedar Pro, the experts in professional training as a Scrum Master, Agile Project Management, Product
Yeah.
Owner, Project Management, Business Analysis, or training you as a business analyst. And the candidates that we have trained have secured jobs in NHS, Sky, Amazon, Google, Newham Council, Manchester United, and so many other companies. Now, registration is currently ongoing for the next training class.
Mm-hmm.
All to take advantage of the 50% discount. Now, one thing about it is that you will realize when you start off that you just made the right decision by
Absolutely.
starting your training. So I've got Mr. Anthony here. He's a project manager, program manager with different councils in UK. He's trained a lot of people, done over, in fact, let me say, done over 1,000 hours training people in different sectors, you know, online, physical. He's all there. Today, we are discussing a very important topic, which has to do with your personality. How
Yes.
do you know if you've got the personality to be a project manager, a program manager, no, a product owner, or a product manager?
Manager. Mm.
So, yesterday we discussed about the differences in Clubhouse, and we're going to be
Yes.
tomorrow on Instagram. So, if you're not following us on Facebook, do that. If you're not following us on Instagram, do that. If
Mm.
you want to share this video with somebody, please do that. So, Mr. Anthony, here we are. You can say some things about Cedar
Cedar
Pro.
Pro.
What
Yes.
I want to ask is, why should somebody come to Cedar Pro? Why? Why
Thank you,
not
Mr. Oji.
places?
Thank you. Thank you very much for that question. I think that's a very, very good question that actually opens up the conversation very well. Cedar Pro, who we are, what do we do? It's very simple. So we are call it a breed of practitioners,
Good.
experts in our field, operating
Yeah.
at high levels in our fields, and so we have not just the theoretical knowledge, but also the
Mhm.
practical and an industry insights, as it were,
Hmm.
to that we use to train groups, organizations, and individuals like myself, yourself, and the people that listen to us
Yeah.
on the practicalities, the insights, and the experiences they need in order to be successful, employable, and most importantly, achieve their career and financial objectives.
Yeah.
The tech world is, I mean, aside, amidst all the challenges that we are facing currently, the tech world is still the number one employer in the world. And
That's it.
so, um, with the current seasons, if somebody is given the right tools, the right skills, I was reading somewhere today, and the guy was talking about what must you do in this time. He said, develop more skills. It's
That's
in
it.
seasons like this that you put yourself into a place where you develop more skills, more experiences, you get more trainings, because that is the only way you can leverage on the marketplace and really go in there and provide value for them. And one of the best places is in this tech world, in this project delivery world, and that's where Cedar Pro comes in. Like I said,
That's
we are practitioners. We are people that
yeah.
do this. Combined between myself and Mr. OG is a 40 years of experience. Mr. OG is an associate director. So, these are individuals that are operating at the highest level of their game. So
Yeah.
um, that is really Cedar Pro. Really, we take personal interest. We are partners with you to actually achieve your goals. After this class, I think I have an interview session with the students, and then another session to review CVs. That is our life. That's the point. We are here to help our we don't call them even students. We call them partners. to achieve their goals. There's a joy in that, to see them successful in their career. So that's pretty much who we are. Yes, Mr. Oji.
The thing about it is that people have met me and they've said, why is it that when I go to other places, I don't really get the attention that I need, and when I come to Cedar Pro, I get the attention that I need.
Yes.
You know, somebody said that to me, and I said, you know what? Because we know what we want to deliver, and we know how we're going to help you. Just one quick question before we go in. Somebody out there might be saying, is this the right time for me to really go into this course? Do I need to do all these courses now? Just one word for them. I know you said something about that before, but they might ask, is this the right time for me to go in? Why it's now the right time for anybody to take a course?
Absolutely. I think, there's a scripture in the Bible that says we are constant in and out of season. We do what we have to do in and out of season. So the best time to invest is typically when things are bad. The best time to invest is the time when things look daunting, because you now take courageous decisions to move your life forward. Because if not, then the alternative is to be fearful. The alternative is to chicken out. The alternative is just to accept the fate of whatever it is that the external environment is putting onto you. But you can say no. You can decide that your life is going to be different. You're going to move in a different direction, regardless of what's happening around you. Because, look, there are people out there that are still killing it. They are succeeding extremely well in this particular season, because this particular season presents so many opportunities. As they are laying off people at work, there are other opportunities that are opening. The question is, are you alert? Are you attentive? Are you skilled and competent enough to actually provide value in the marketplace so that you can be respected and paid? And so my thing to you is, you can choose between those two things, faith and fear. Faith means I believe, I know that things will work out, and therefore I'm going to take those actions. Fear means, well, this is what's happening and we have to accept it for what it is. So at this particular time, I'll tell you to make that choice of faith, leap, get the skills, become more skilled. Because in this season, the more skills you have, the more employable you become, and your chances of actually weathering the storm becomes a lot easier for you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anthony.
Yes.
Let's go on. Personality, because this is so important.
Yes.
The reason why this is so important is that most people sometimes are thinking, because the major thing, the reason why I would say you should talk about is that sometimes people look at themselves and think, okay, where do I really fit in? Do I really fit in? Because sometimes they don't even know what to do. I've seen people who will say, I want to become a business analyst, I want to become a project manager, I want to become a scrum master, I want to become a product owner. It's like they want to be everything. How does that really work?
Yes.
How does this, how would they know they have the personality to become a product owner or a project or a product
manager? I think yesterday you made a very strategic, a very important comment, which was that the product manager is very strategic and looks at the overall aspect of the business and also the development of the product. In fact, let's sort of come back a little bit. One of the questions that they asked on Clubhouse was, what is the difference between a project and what's the difference between a product? And we, through our conversations and clarification, we said a project is basically a temporary endeavor geared towards delivering a solution, which can be termed product or goods or services or whatever. So, and a product is basically a solution to people's problems. So customers might have a need, and we create that solution for them. So with that said, somebody has to manage the entire process from before we develop to after we develop and take it to the market. That person is a product manager. Then the product owner focuses specifically on the product that we are working on. So they have the vision, they've collected that vision from the mind of the client or of the product manager, whatever the case is. And basically they're working with the development team in terms of Scrum Masters, the development team itself, the developers, and they are sort of working together to actually bring this product into reality. So
Mhm.
there are specific requirements that a person must have, a specific sort of personality that a person. One is very entrepreneurial, and one is very, very detailed and also very strategic in their thinking. Both of them are strategic, but the product manager has to be extremely
Mhm.
strategic, extremely entrepreneurial in nature, because things like marketing, things like sales, things like revenue generated, all these things becomes fundamental for the product manager to actually understand, because that's their work. They deal with
Yeah.
all the various life cycle of the entire product, from the inception all the way to when it goes to the market, and then also any issues and all that stuff. So a product manager must have a personality of somebody who is an entrepreneur, somebody that
Hmm.
is very, very entrepreneurial in their mind,
Hmm.
extremely okay with problems. A product manager must be very proactive in solving problems. If you don't have
Hmm.
resilience, if you don't have a sort of a tenacity or grit to go about actually starting things, they are not working, this, that, you're not ready to be a product manager. So as a
Wow.
personality, you need to have that strategic part of you, and also the thoughts part, but you need to have a strong level of resilience, a strong level of grit, a strong level of bulldog, what is it called, tenacity, and also somebody
Hmm.
that knows how to engage. So you mentioned this very well yesterday, that they need to have
Yeah.
communication skills. Very,
Very
very good
important.
at communicating, you know,
Very, very
because you are
important.
now picking up people's information from gathering requirement from different types of stakeholders, not
Mhm.
just the development team, not just the customers, but also you're dealing with marketing teams, accounts team, finance, sales, release department, manufacturing. You're, as a product manager, you're dealing with so many different people.
Hmm.
Um,
I-
then you now have the product owner, who is more of a visionary of this specific product that we are working on. Such a
Hmm.
person must have what we call domain knowledge. They must
Hmm.
have the industry knowledge. Say, for example, you are building a software for nurses. You may
Yeah.
not have been a nurse, but at least you need to have worked in that environment to have that knowledge, so that you'll
That's
be
it.
able to explain and build things that suit that industry. You
Hmm.
know, in addition to that, there's that personality of again being able to communicate, but precisely being able to explain things so that your team can understand. You also have to be
Yeah.
somebody that knows how to work with, clients, so that you can elicit information from them and have
Very well.
clarity in precisely what it is that they want.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
So,
yeah,
because you see, so what you're saying, in other words, is that a product owner
mm,
will be somebody who has got, if I good interpersonal skills.
very,
Because the way you said it now is that it's not just somebody who, some people will say, "Man, I have this knowledge," but they
yeah,
can't really deal with
relate with it.
people.
Mm,
They can't communicate with people. They don't know how they will rely last how, because in other words, they must be negotiators, good negotiators.
absolutely, absolutely.
Phew.
Very, very good. In fact, that is a very key word, because
Yeah.
as a product owner, you are dealing with the client, and the
Mm-hmm.
client might have all kinds of expectations.
Hmm.
And then you have the scrum master and the development team, who also knows what is possible and what is not possible.
That's
So
it.
as a product owner, you have to be able to negotiate your way with
Yeah.
both either the team or the client, to be able to
Hmm.
now bring that balance between what is realistic and what is expected, and also what is the vision that cannot be. You have to be, in fact, that's a very, very key word. You have to be a very strong negotiator.
Very strong
Extremely,
negotiator.
yes. Yeah. 100%.
Somebody that can relate on both sides. So
Yes.
your ability to communicate is not just enough, but your ability to be able to convince people of
Yes.
what you are bringing is
It's
needed.
critical. It's critical.
So, so if some people will say, I'm very shy, how can they walk around this area?
That's a very, very good point. I think, um, and this is based on, again, shyness is something like it's. I don't want to make it spiritual here, but I think fundamentally, when somebody says they are shy, it's just inherent habits of or way of looking at life. Naturally, I was a very shy person. I don't think anybody would believe that I was shy, but I was also I was shy. I think there has to be an intentional way of just getting out there and exposing yourself to that realm of just being able to communicate with people, and that will make life easier for you. But if you are just still strong on I'm an introvert and all that stuff, that's fine. For you to be a very good product owner, you can be an introvert. The most important thing is that when the time comes for you to explain and like what Mr. Oji just said, to negotiate and be able to relate and lead people on and help people understand, you need to put on that cap and really help people. You know, whether you're introvert or extrovert doesn't really change the fact that there are certain skills that you need to develop to be a very good product owner. That's really what we're saying. Your personality type. Go on.
Sorry, I love that word you said. Skills you need to develop.
Yes.
In other words, if you don't have the skills,
you can bring them in. Yes.
Because the most important thing is that you are working towards a goal.
Yes.
Of becoming a product owner. You see, sometimes when I look at people, especially when they are coming in to see that pro, I look at their background. We just had 2 nurses now.
Yeah.
About 3 nurses has come in.
Yeah.
I look at their background and I look at these people. It's like I'm impressed.
Yes.
Because you see, people need to understand something. A nurse, for them to switch career, it's very, very tough. Yeah, it's very, because being a nurse is not, you don't go into nursing because of money. You must be passionate about it. If somebody tells you that I've been a nurse for 5 years and I want to switch career, I'm amazed, you know, when I see such people. Because what's happening is that word that you use, they are developing different knowledge. But you know what, Mr. Anthony, let me tell you the best thing that they've done for themselves. These people have 2 careers.
Yes. And that's in a world that we're living, you have to, you can switch at any point in time.
Yeah, they have 2 careers.
Yes.
Somebody today I was speaking, they're telling me a safety guard person moving straight into law. I'm a safety person. I've moved straight into project management, into IT.
That's it.
Because we are developing.
Yes. And this is learnable skills. It's not that this is something, they are learnable skills. We talk about personality, but here, guys, we're dealing with learnable skills. Like you learn how to drive a car, like you learn how to use a Hoover or something. They are learnable skills that you can pick up that will make your work as a product owner, product manager very easy.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Because I use the word, I like that word you use now, learnable skills.
Yes.
In other words, it's something that you can learn.
Anybody. Anybody.
You know, every day, and I'm repeating it again, I say, I thank God for Cedar Pro.
Oh, yes.
I thank God, because the thing is that not only has it created opportunity for us to be trainers, but it's created opportunity for us to impart people.
Exactly.
Anyone listening to us, I'll tell them this: you are good enough to switch your career.
Absolutely.
As long as you meet the right mentors, the right people, the right coach, the right trainers, you are good enough to switch your career. It does not matter where you are, where you find yourself, you are good enough to switch your career. If nurses, accountants, you know, yesterday it was a mortgage advisor that called me. If they can switch their career, I believe anybody can switch their career.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's taking that first step of determination.
Yes. And I'll use this opportunity to say, guys, our product owner class has started. Our product owner class has officially started. I think it's going to be on the 5th or on the 3rd, the first week of December. we will start our official class. You know, it's a Monday, 6 to 9 p.m. This is the product owner class, and it's going to change a lot for you guys. I mean, if you've been in any of our sessions, you know that we bring value to the table. So take advantage of the class, take advantage of it. We're having an offer going on at the moment. And you will really receive a lot of value. It's a 5 to 6 week program, and then you go on to do your practicals. So you're going to have a wonderful time. So take advantage of that. If you're interested, get in contact with myself or Mr. OG. Check out our IGs and whatever, and just get in contact with us. Yeah.
Quickly. So it's scrolling right there. Product owner classes, current registration, currently ongoing.
Ongoing. Yes.
So
yes.
Quickly. And the good thing about it is this: if you register between now, it's just 9:36 now. Between now and tomorrow midnight, which is 24 hours. 9:26 to tomorrow 9:36 in 24 hours. 50% discount for you.
Exactly.
Make sure you quote when you're calling us, say Facebook 50%. It's Facebook 50%. I'm just going to put it there so that we will know where you got it from. Facebook 50%. So once you quote that, you if I'm going to put it there, so that you can just get the 50% discount instantly. 50%, Facebook 50%, Facebook 50%. It's scrolling on the screen so that you don't miss it.
Yes.
You need that personality. Now, anybody watching us will say, look at if those nurses can transfer them, they change their career. People who have nurses, they can change their career. Anybody can.
Absolutely.
Anybody can. Because the thing about it is this, one thing is that, thank you so much. Somebody just thumb up there. Well done. The thing about nurses is this. I've worked with nurses, I've worked with NHS. One thing about them is this: they are very passionate about their job.
Absolutely.
Very passionate. Nurses don't say, I want to become a nurse because of the money. No, they don't pay them that much. The amazing thing, nurses know more than most doctors.
Oh yes.
And some of them train the doctors. They'll tell them what to do. So for a nurse to tell you, I'm switching my career to become a project manager, a product manager, to become a scrum master. You know that, man, they are on fire. And the thing about it is this: the good thing about it is that they can okay, Cordelia is here. Yeah, that's it. Cordelia is here. So it's not like we're not just saying it. So you can chat with us, she'll tell you about it. The thing about it is that as they are moving to become scrum master, or product owner, or product manager, that's somebody having 2 good careers.
Yes.
And you know what I always tell them, like people like Cordelia and her friends, the quickest thing is this: when they finish, they get a job in NHS as a scrum master.
That's it. And they will have the domain knowledge to become scrum masters, product owners, and they will have much more advantage.
That's it. Now, one of the students that was watching us in a clubhouse, who's just got a job with NHS, she said she told me yesterday, said she's going through an induction where they are teaching her all the system that's being used in NHS.
There you go.
So she said she's like learning things afresh, because she came directly from a teaching background to come straight to become a business analyst, and she got a job.
Wow.
So, I said this thing yesterday, and I'll say it again, but most people miss this thing when we are teaching them. The thing about it is this: whenever we are teaching people or training people, we want to find the simplest, quickest, easiest way for you to get straight into your career.
Yes.
Where have you worked previously?
Can you leverage on that knowledge and insights and then experiences in that area?
That's it. Yes. Like the nurses now, I'll just tell them, I'll say, listen,
go back into NHS.
Anywhere. Go back straight into NHS.
Yes.
Go back straight in. There is nothing you don't understand in that area. There's no system that is being used, nothing that is being spoken about that you will not understand. That move
Absolutely.
into construction where you're going to be learning things afresh. No, just go straight into NHS. Any
Yes.
system that's being used, if it's going to take you time of a month, you're already familiar with the processes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
just move on.
Yeah.
Just move on. You
Yeah.
know, just a quick one before we've still got like 5 minutes before we go. Just one quick question. You know, sometimes students come into the class and they say, so much information to take in. What's your best advice to them? I have something I want to say there, but let me hear you first. What's the best advice to them in regards to being able to keep those things that they've been taught
in their mind? Yes.
Yeah.
I think the way Cedar Pro is structured also is geared towards understanding.
That's it.
But one of the things that I learned, I did a coding class with an online. This was, I think, was Harvard University. They were doing some online classes and stuff, and I joined.
Yeah.
There's no certificate or anything like that. I didn't even finish anywhere. And the guy said something very important. He said, if you want to learn more, if you want to retain more, you have to have more information to retain.
That's it.
So he said, we're going to give you a lot, because if we give you a lot in the process, you will be able to retain some. And I don't know if you've learned, I think this is even the more you have to do, the more you do.
That's it.
So the more information that is piped down to somebody, the more they're going to be able to assimilate something. But we've put in certain structures that is ultimately geared towards helping the people to understand. One of them is, number one, the videos are uploaded after the class for you to go back to them.
Good.
Number two, you are told that after you learn, at any point in time you don't understand, give us a call and we will make time to explain things for you.
Good.
Okay. And then number three, more importantly, and this is what the students have said themselves, practically, that we use very relatable examples when we're explaining things to them.
Yeah.
So they can close their eyes and see what we're saying there and say, okay, this is what means. Because our goal, and we said it many times in the class, is that our goal is not to just talk over your head. Our goal is to bring understanding to you and let you know that what we are sharing with you is something that you can understand and practice in your everyday life. So when we put all these things together, we tell our students, we say, look, yes, it's a lot of information, but we have put in certain structures that at the end of it all, it will all begin to make sense. Just follow, Mr. Oji, like you say, just follow. And you know, and it will fall into place. It will fall into place. Yeah.
That's good. One thing I want to tell anybody listening to us out there is this. When you're being taught, try and relate what you're learning now with what you already know in the past. But let me tell you how some people learn. Some people come to class and they learn waiting for new information. So their mind is just clean. Yeah, because sometimes when the lecturer says, listen to me, they think that the lecturer is saying, don't think of what I'm telling you. It's not that. When the lecturer says, listen to me, pick the lecturer's words and apply it to yourself. Now, there are two types of students in a class. One student who is already working in that industry, but came to the class to get more knowledge. Another student who hasn't worked in that industry before came to the class to get more knowledge. The one who is working in the industry will always contribute and make the class very interesting. Than the one who is just listening. Now, but listen carefully. The one who is listening might think, I don't really know anything, so I need to listen to get more information. Very wrong. In your stages of growing, in all your years of being educated, going through life, learning many things, you would have learned so much. There's nothing strange to you. If you're coming in as a Scrum Master, you're coming in as a product owner, a product manager, project manager, the things you've learned before, if you can apply them to what you're being taught, you have a storyline during your interview. It won't be hard at all. So what I tell the students is this: what I'm teaching or what we are teaching you, Cedar Pro, is not new. You know it before.
You know it already.
You know it already.
Mm.
You know, that's why I love the first assignment we give to them when we are teaching them the BA class, you know, the prayer management class. It's something they are familiar with.
Yes.
And when they come back, nobody fails the assignment. You'll be wondering, why didn't they fail the assignment? Because they applied what we taught them to what they already have in here.
Exactly.
It's not new to them. So by the time we are now moving them and phasing them into the other classes, they begin to flow and understand. And understand what's going on. So anybody out there, what I want to tell you first of all, before we close this session, is this: don't come in and say, I'm learning something new. What and one other thing people do is this: they start the class, then they start buying so many books, getting so many books. First of all, stick to what we are teaching you. What we've done is this: we've simplified the teaching so that you can understand and apply it.
That's it.
Without having any issue. That's what we've done.
Yes.
So I want to first of all say thank you, Mr. Anthony, for how
thank you, Mr. Oji.
We're still going to go on tomorrow on Instagram.
Tomorrow on Clubhouse.
Tomorrow on Clubhouse. Thursday on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Friday will be on Clubhouse. Now, the Friday class is just unique. Now, I'll give you an insight into the Friday class. What we've done with the Friday class is this: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're teaching you about your career, how you're going to move into your career. Friday class is more of a business class. Now, people will say, but why business? Let me tell you why. You're moving into a career where you're going to be making so much money. If you are not prudent, if you don't have an investment mindset, you find that you keep working all your life. We are not encouraging you to work all your life. We are encouraging you to resign after some time and face your own consultancy. That's what we're doing. So everything we are doing is the training, everything is moving you to a place where we want to come one day and say, we've got a consultant here who has employed people, created an industry for people, created job for others, because you went through Cedar Pro. So that Friday class is so important.
I can't wait for that Friday.
Very important. I tell people, I say, you don't know how important this Friday class is. The reason is because the Friday class is all this training that we are doing is where we are leading you to. So that if you can understand it, then you don't have any issue. So most people just think, you know what, we are creating a job for them so that they can become a Scrum Master, product owner. No, if you are a Scrum Master, product owner, you are still being paid money. We want you to begin to pay others. That's why we started the Friday class.
Exactly.
So you don't want to miss it. It's in Clubhouse.
No. Oh, it's gonna be a great session. Great session.
We hold it once a week. There's so much to give out. And then when people say they are ready to move on, we now bring them into the class and teach them 2 weeks. Intensively, so that when they are making money, they are investing it into other things to make more money. I told somebody recently before we close, I said, you are over 60 years. Say yes. I said, okay, what's your plan? Said, no more. I said, by the age of 62, you're retired. What do you have for yourself? Nothing. I said, I wish you have come to Cedar Pro so that we can train you set you for the future. I want to say thank you to everyone who has come in here. Now, don't forget, we are Cedar Pro or Cedar Professional, and we are into training, into consultancy, developing software, websites for different industries. Now, our students that we have trained, candidates who have passed through our training, have got jobs with NHS, Sky, Amazon, Google, Newham Council, Manchester United. They've worked with private sectors, different boroughs, Barnet Borough, Newham, London Borough of Barnet, London Borough of Salting. They've worked with different boroughs, and we are glad. So take advantage of our registration that's currently ongoing for the product owner class that we are launching big time. If anybody register between now and tomorrow, because I said 12:30, 9:36 to 9:36 tomorrow, 24 hours window is a 50% discount for you. You know, I want to say thank you too much for Mr. Anthony for coming in today.
Thank you, Mr. Oji.
There is something always to learn. Remember, I'll leave you with this. You can develop anything you want to develop. That's what Mr. Anthony said.
Yes.
And I want you to take that on board. Like I always tell the student, I'll say, open your wallet, put that word in, and zip it up.
That's
so
it.
Keep it to yourself. We'll be seeing you again tomorrow.
Next week.
Yeah, somebody just said, thank you, Cordelia. Thank you so much for joining us. And have a nice night. God bless you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.